Let's talk about PaidViewpoint, which is one of the most unique survey websites that I have ever seen. One thing that I know a lot of people will absolutely love about this is that once you get matched with a survey, you are going to be able to complete it without worrying about potentially getting disqualified, which is awesome. And they've got some pretty cool things as well besides that, so let's hop over to my computer right away so that I can show you exactly how this works. Alright, so this is what it's going to look like when you first log into PaidViewpoint. You're going to see if you have any available surveys, you're going to see your overall lifetime earnings and things like that. But before I show you more about what the actual members area is going to look like, I really want to show you the actual website itself first, because I thought that was so professionally made and it explains everything so well. So let's just take a look at that first. So as we can see here, the first thing that we are presented on when we go to paidviewpoint.com, or if we just click the link in the description below this video, which will also take us there, we can see that this looks fantastic in my opinion. Anyway, I think it looks really great. They have awesome information about everything you need to know about their actual surveys. I actually meant to say service, but surveys, yeah, same thing. So what we can see here if we scroll down is that it says, tell us how you really feel. Give brands a piece of your mind. So PaidViewpoint is a lively community of critics and influencers alike, eager to share opinions and make a little extra cash while they're at it. We can tell you've already got something to say. Quick, make an account. Okay, cool. So if we scroll down a little bit more, we can see here, so it says, we get it. You're complicated, but sharing your opinion isn't. Want to put those amazing ideas to work, but curious how it all goes down? No sweat, it's simple. So in short, join now, chime in, earn cash. So you connect your PayPal or Venmo and transfer your money. Now the way that you're actually going to be able to cash out is going to depend on what country you live in. So Venmo does not exist in Sweden, for example, but I know that's a thing in the US. So this will vary a little bit depending on country to country. But with that being said as well, when we're speaking about countries, PaidViewpoint is available in roughly 50 countries, if I remember correctly. So they're available pretty much all over the world, but there's not going to be any availability in some countries, of course. And also depending on where you live, you're going to be able to see more or less surveys as well, if that makes sense. If you live in the US, for example, you're probably going to be presented with more surveys than if you live in a smaller country like myself, who lives in Sweden. But now let's get to the really unique thing here about that I kind of spoiled in the intro a little bit as well, and that is that when you actually get matched with a survey on PaidViewpoint, you are guaranteed to be able to take it, complete it, and actually make money from it, compared to literally all the other survey websites that I have seen before, where you basically get to see a bunch of different surveys, but a lot of them will disqualify you, which can be a little annoying if you spend like maybe a few minutes here and there with the screening questions, and then after a few minutes they just say, sorry, you were disqualified, you're not going to be able to get any money. Like with this, you're actually guaranteed to make money, which is awesome. Another thing that I really like about this one is that they never give you like 45-minute surveys. They're all very consistent, and I'm going to show you that. Let's just do that right now. So as you can see here, we show a lot of respect, not just a little bit. So when it comes to administering surveys, okay, I'm just going to go down a little bit. So we're never going to send you on a 45-minute goose chase only to learn you're not qualified for a survey. We're going to sock it to you straight, and then we're going to pay you for your time. So if you go down a little bit, I know that they mentioned it on one of the other pages. It might have been the FHQ. Here we go. So we keep it consistent. That's how we build trust. So when you log in to take a survey, you should know what to expect. Sure, the surveys can be about almost anything, but the experience should be the same. Here's what we mean. So same length. We're with most surveys taking 15 minutes or less. Same software, no new apps to download. It's all here, same format, or surveys all follow the same rules. So that's one thing that is awesome as well. So it's not going to be that you every now and then take a 2-minute survey, and then the other time you take a 2-hour survey. It's pretty much all going to be 5 to 15 minutes, which I think is awesome. As far as how much you can expect to earn, it says here we keep it rewarding, so make cash, not digital points. So real talk, this is not a job, but we do pay cash, not points you can redeem for yo-yos or friendship bracelets. So most people who are on the site checking for surveys 6 times a day and taking every one of them will make an extra $20 a week. So that will be around $80 per month or so. So again, obviously this will not replace a full-time job, but an extra potentially like $80 a month, not bad. And then they also have a long FHQ, which I would highly encourage you to read. I'm not going to go through all of that right now, but in short, we can say this: can I log into my account while traveling? They recommend you to not do that, because some of the, if you check here, we can see that our platform is tailored to meet the specific demographics needs of our clients, who sometimes target down to the zip code level. Now this also means that you should not sign up with a VPN, so you have to sign up from your actual IP address so that things doesn't get messed up and you potentially lose your account. So use your real IP when you sign up, and only use that when you are actually logging into PaidViewpoint and taking surveys as well. So can I participate using my mobile device? Yes, so they have an app for both iOS and Android, so you can definitely download them. I just did download that to my iPhone, and I will be taking surveys on that one. And we can see here as well, how long does it take to answer a PaidViewpoint research survey? So the simple answer is that most PV surveys take about 5 to 6 minutes, but the longer a survey is, the more you will earn. So how do I know if there is a market research survey available for me to answer? You are then going to get an alert, so you're going to be able to get an email, or if you download the app, you can get a notification to the app as well. All right, so let's go back to the members area so I can explain a little bit more, and then we'll actually go down. Actually, let me just do that first. So what are trait surveys? So trait surveys, this is something that you're going to see right here. And the goal here is to get this one to 10,000 plus, and basically means that you are just staying consistent with your answers. So let me just read what they say. So trait surveys are small collections of questions that help us get to better know you and your interests. By getting an idea of your traits, demographics, and interests, we can deliver you surveys which are relevant, interesting, and more fun for you to answer. Now, this is also something that is a little bit interesting. So by answering trait surveys, you create opportunities to raise your trait score. Each small collection of trait questions includes repetitions of 1 or 2 questions that you have already answered within the past few days. Answer these questions the same way and raise your trait score. So basically how we can kind of interpret this, or that is exactly what it is that if they, for example, ask you what you have or what you do as a job, and one day you say that you are an accountant, and the next day you say that you work in retail, and then the next time you get this question you are doing marketing, and you just kind of flip-flop all over the place, this will not increase your trait score. In fact, this will probably lower it. So what they want is basically for you to be consistent, to actually read all the questions, take your time to answer them, and to basically build up a picture of you, and so that they actually know that you are who you say you are, and you don't just make stuff up in order to get as many questions as possible or to be able to complete the questions as fast as possible. So make sure you always answer all of this correctly. That way you are going to be matched with more surveys as well. And as I said previously, when you take a survey, so when you get matched, you are going to be able to complete it. So this kind of builds on trust as well. So make sure you actually abide by the rules here. Alright, so how can I collect my earnings? We can see here that the threshold required to qualify for cash out is $15, but members with high trait scores and good standing with PaidViewpoint are eligible for lower redemption thresholds after their first redemption, as well as being eligible to cash out with gift cards when regionally available. So we can see here that eligible members will also be allowed to redeem their rewards the second time at a $10 threshold, and all following redemptions at $5, as long as they remain in good standing with Viewpoint. So basically, the first time you cash out, you need to get to $15. After that, $10, and after that, just $5, which is awesome. Now, let's go back to the actual members area, and to be completely honest, there's not a whole lot of things that I can show you here. I really wish that they would have let me show when you first sign up, basically, you're going to get to watch I think it was 2.5 minute long video, where I think it was members from around the community on PaidViewpoint that basically spoke for like 10 seconds each, and they introduced you to PaidViewpoint, basically explained what it is, and then after that you got presented with a really well made, I think it was kind of like a PDF, where it was kind of like a storyline where it kind of went like this, and it explained how things work. And I really wanted to show that to you guys, but apparently after I actually left it in one browser tab and I opened a new one, but once I had actually completed it there, it said on the previous page that I had that, hey, you've already completed this, you're done, and I couldn't show it to you. But once you sign up, you're going to see that yourself. So you're going to start off with a video, and then once you've taken that one, you're going to see the PDF that explains absolutely everything step by step, and it was very well made, very professional. So in short, my first impressions of this site is really good. I think this looks fantastic. It's very professional, like everything about it. I like this as well with your TraitScore, where basically if you actually do what you say you're going to do and be honest and truthful with your answers, you're going to increase your score here, potentially get more surveys, things like that. And that is pretty much all I can say, I guess, about PaidViewpoint. But in short, I would definitely recommend you guys to hop on this one. So link in the description below, and then get to your first payout. $15 shouldn't take you too long. But also, with that being said, actually, seeing as you are going to match with all surveys that you get presented to here, that means that there's not always going to be surveys available. This is not going to be like the other survey sites where you might potentially see like 20, 30 different surveys. So there will be less. You might only see a new survey every couple of days perhaps, or again, this depends on what country you live in. If you live in the US, probably more often. If you live in a smaller country like myself, I only expect to see a survey every now and then. But either way, I'm definitely going to take the surveys that I get presented to, because again, this just seems like a super professional website, and I really, really like this one. So that is it. Thank you so much for watching my PaidViewpoint review. If you liked it, please give it a like, and if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you get notifications every time that I upload a new video. And that is it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.